I'm in gym clothes, so we must be at the Form Lab in Portland, where it's all about taking the moves that we learn here and incorporating them into our daily lives. And a lot of people are going to be at home working out, taking advantage of the nice weather that we're having, getting outside. And it's really important to remember that that core strength, stability, super important. And you're going to help us with that.
I'm going to help you guys with that. Like you said, it's super, super important, not just for the six-pack abs that everyone wants, but for functional movement. Your basic everyday squat has a lot of core involvement in it that people don't even realize. So if you can strengthen not just the abs, but the actual trunk and the entirety of the core, your exercises in the gym or your other exercises at home are going to get a lot stronger. So today I'm going to walk you through a couple of different exercises. For the front of the trunk and also the sides, because we don't want to forget about those oblique muscles and the side of the core as well. So a couple of common things people do are planks and also a bird dog. So I don't know if you know bird dogs, but I will show you them if you don't. So a couple of the common issues that people run into when they're doing bird dogs is they don't feel them. And you can, just like almost any exercise in here, you can kind of just go through the motion and not get anything out of it. It's all about that focus on your form, focus on working the right muscles. So with a bird dog, for those of you who don't know what a bird dog is, it's when you're in a tabletop position here and you're raising the opposite arm and the opposite leg to create that nice straight line through the torso and create that stability through the trunk of the core. When you're doing a bird dog, yes, you could fly through this and do this all day long.
Yeah, that looks easy.
Without really working the core. But if you focus on the way the movement's supposed to be done, then it's going to feel tough. There's going to be a few points that I'm even going to have a hard time talking through because I'm going to be engaging that core so much. So really focusing on your core stability. When you're engaging your core, when you really try to squeeze your trunk together, you do get that slight little round out back. And that's okay. Rounding and arching the spine is fine when you don't have gravity pulling it down. So here, gravity is not trying to shorten and compress our spine, so we can arch and we can round as much as we want, and that's not going to hurt the back here. So when you're going into a bird dog, the very first thing you want to do is really engage the core. So I'm going to take a big breath in, and then I'm going to squeeze my core, create that slight little round. And now, with that core on, I'm going to raise that opposite arm and that opposite leg without losing that slight round, without losing that squeeze in the core. And then I'm just moving my limbs around that trunk stability. So when I'm tapping the hand to the knee, I'm going to reset my breath. And then I'm going to extend all the way back out, keeping that nice engaged core the entire time. And you'll notice the difference. Even here, I'm having a little bit of a tough time talking to you through it because I'm engaging my core so much. So
you feel it for sure.
Yeah, and it's all about that approach and that setup to the movement.
Absolutely.
I talked about planks as well. So there are the standard full plank, there's the forearm plank, those are all great, but we're going to talk about a side plank because a side plank is going to get those oblique muscles going. There's a lot of different variations you can do from that side plank position. But the first one I'm going to show you is just a regular standard hold. So from here, what we're going to do for our setup is we're going to drop onto our side, put our forearm down on the floor here. Feet can be together. So I'm going to show you the more advanced one first, and then I'll give you guys at home an option to kind of take that range down, make it a little bit easier for the trunk if you're feeling unstable. So from here, I want to be in a straight line with my body. Obviously, there's a little bit of a bend going on here. So when I raise up into my plank position, I'm focusing on engaging the core. So the obliques that are closest to the floor are going to be responsible for me lifting my hips up off the ground. So I'm not just picking my hips up. I'm thinking about squeezing and engaging my core on this side to keep that nice stable body here. From here, you can always add to the exercises. You can add crunches at the top, you can add extensions, you can add twists, but just your basic side plank here, you're trying to keep that oblique line engaged to really just keep that stability through the torso, keep that nice straight line through the trunk. Obviously, that movement's tough. So in order to kind of knock it down a step or two, I'm gonna bend that bottom knee in keep that bent knee in at about 90 degrees, and I'm gonna keep my knee rate on the floor here. Now from the distance from the knee to the shoulder is a lot less. So that's gonna make this movement a little bit easier, but you can still focus on engaging that core to pull the hips up in that nice straight line, and then you can just hold, start with maybe 10, 15 seconds, see if you can work up to a minute or two, and that's that good progression to get stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys want to do them on both sides. You're not just
Right.
going to hit one oblique and leave the other side empty.
Yeah.
So those are just a couple of really common core movements that people can do at home with ease, with no equipment, that are a really good trunk builder to build that stability through your core.
Absolutely, and that's what we're gonna be wanting to do if we're working out at home.
Exactly, it's gonna make all your lifts much better.
Exactly, so we're gonna have all of these tips right on the 207 section of our website for you. We're gonna drink some water now, and we'll be right back.